Hi there. What we're going to talk about today is called shear lashing. It's useful if you want to lash one stick onto a tree or onto another stick. You use it whenever you have sticks that are that you're lashing together parallel. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by tying a clove hitch onto one of them. It could be either one. Since I have a tree that I'm lashing onto, I'm going to do it onto that because it'll be a little bit easier to lash onto this tree. So, and we covered clove hitch in an earlier video. If you need to go back and review your clove hitch, go ahead. We're going to be using it twice in this video. Now, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take my other stick that I'm trying to hook onto, you know, the tree or whatever, and I'm going to wrap this around. You want to do this a minimum of 3 times, but depending on how much cordage you have, you might want to go a 4th time if you have the extra cordage. It'll just make it a little bit stronger, especially if it's something that you're going to be leaving up that's going to be permanent. Then yeah, I probably would go an extra wrap on that. So here I am. I've wrapped 3 times on this. And now what I'm going to do is, this was called the lashing part of this, and what we're going to do now is called the frapping part. So what we need for that is a frapping stick, which is really just any stick that's strong enough for you to really pull on. Now don't forget, for lashings you're probably going to want to use bank line or at least paracord for that. This big rope is kind of tough to lash with, but that's what we're going to use just so you can see what's going on. Now especially for here, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come between these two, and after I've made one loop around, I'm going to wrap my frapping stick a couple of times, and I'm really going to pull on this thing, and I'm going to try to get it tight. So when I come up to do another frap, I'm going to keep pulling on this and keep pulling it tight. Now, it's the same as with our lashings. We're going to go around at least 3 times. Like I said, if you have extra cordage, go ahead and go 4. It'll just make it a little bit stronger. But I'm going to keep this tight the whole time, and then I'm going to use my stick, because no matter how hard you pull on this, especially when you're using bank line or paracord, you're not going to get it anywhere near as tight as if you put this frapping stick in here and you really pull down on this. Now I usually have to take my frapping stick out at least every other time, because it kind of gets shorter in there and gets tight, but I do want to just keep a lot of pressure on this even when I have my frapping stick out. So I'm going to do it one more time here. I'm going to really pull this tight. I'm going to pull it back up here. I'm going to pull it down in there and make sure it's nice and secure. And now we started out with a clove hitch, and that's how we're going to finish this off. So we just need to do another clove hitch here. Now when you're finishing off on your lashings here, you're probably going to have to loosen that last wrap up just a little bit to get your free end through there to finish off your clove hitch. Then I'm going to pull this through here, get it nice and tight, and there you go. Now if I'm going to leave this permanently, I'm probably going to cut my cordage off here, but I'm still going to leave a little bit so that it doesn't pull back through. But if I might be tearing this down and want to save my cordage, there's no reason not to leave it long. I can wrap it around one of the sticks or whatever if I need to, just to keep a hold of it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this one more time, and I'll show you just how, as if I was just really doing it. And there you have it, your shear lashing. Thanks.